Hey folks, it is pinch bowl time. Oh yeah, it's time to get physical. Right here I'm slapping the clay using my hand. Just relax your hand, open it up, use kind of the palm of your hand almost. And I'm just with my other hand just flipping it like it's a hot potato. Just getting emotional here, okay? You don't want to stay in this process for a long time. If you do, you're going to leach the moisture out of the clay with your hands. So you got to kind of work fast here. Just relax your hand, and boom! Look at that. That's pretty good ball right there. Now you just kind of find the center, stick your thumb into it, and then I'm just going to open it up. I think of this like a puppet. If you look at my 4 fingers right there, I kind of help shape it right there. And then with my thumb, I'm going to kind of overlap where I'm pitching each time. It is an art. See how I want to be consistent. I don't want to be like a butterfly floating around when I'm pinching. I want to pinch and then overlap where I just pinch with my thumb, if that makes sense. And then there's different techniques. Look how I'm using my ring finger. I was using my middle finger to kind of help in my palm. A different type of technique. I'm not working on the table. I'm using my hand. Look how I make a cup. I'm pushing down there with my fingers, so I'm going up and down, pinching inside in the middle of it, and then I'm going to start pinching on the side of it and then pinch the very edge of it, if you watch this. So now I'm working back up the top. I'm pinching at the top, very consistent. So I'm floating back and up and down, and I'll show that here in a second or a few. So I'm just pinching, consistently overlapping where I just pinched. Now I'm going back in the middle part. I'm not just staying in one area. I want my bowl to be symmetrically thickness. So right there, I'm showing it. This is a way to check. I'm kind of lightly just pulling my fingers through it, pinching it, but I'm not squeezing it at all. I'm just seeing if I'm the right thickness. This is just a way to check it. And right there, I'm feeling pretty good. It feels pretty decent to me. It's a little on the thick side, so I'm going to pinch it some more. And this is another technique. I'm using all my fingers and my palms. Especially if you're pinching a really big bowl, that's a technique to use sometimes. I'm going back, pinching the middle, I think, with my thumb. I have these crazy thumbs. See how I'm double jointed? So I have a little bit of an advantage. But hey, I've seen people without these double jointed thumbs do just the same. So you can see I'm getting some cracks too. It's because my clay was getting a little dry because I recycled some just right now from the stamp project. I should have soaked it overnight, but that's okay. This is just practice. And I'll show you how to get those out in a second here. All right, so here I'm a sponge. I got it pretty good. I felt it. I did a little pinch. I pulled my fingers through it. But now look I got to get some of these cracks. So if you can use your ribs. See, I'm using a little straight side. I can scratch it. But at first I sponged it. But you don't want to sponge it too much. You don't want to get your sponge crazy saturated with water. You got to be kind of just like we smoothed out our tile. Same process. Now I'm scraping it with that flat side. And I'll just repeat this over and over. And you'll see I'll get rid of my lines. It'll make it nice and smooth. Just getting it. Scrape it right out. Boom. Look at that. Beautiful. So you don't want to get too much water in your sponge though. It'll mess your bowl up. It'll get too soft. Yeah, so you got to be careful with that. And then occasionally clean your sponge out. Wring it out. Scraping, going different directions. But see how I'm holding it too? I'm being very gentle. I'm holding it with my 4 fingers. This is kind of tough. You got to treat it like a little baby here. Then the inside. If you got lucky and got a pure round rib with no jagged edges, you can use that rounded part. Okay, boom, just like that, and kind of scrape upward, and you can really smooth it out better even on the inside. If you don't have that, no big deal. If you have the scratchy rib, you can still use your thumb. Just kind of lightly do a pull-up method with your thumb, but not too hard. Just be gentle. You're kind of pulling up, and that'll help smooth it out as well. I'm using all fingers. I'm getting emotional here. Not too emotional, though. Making it nice and smooth. Look at that. Beautiful. And now, once you almost got it perfect, I'm still working on it here. I'm trying to get it. My goal is to make it the same thickness all the way through. All the way through. So if I were to cut this in half, which I am, and I'm going to show you just in a second here, I want to see you cut it in half to see how well you did. This is our test today. Okay, so here I take my needle tool. I put my bowl on the table. I think I've got it perfectly even all the way through. About 1/4 of an inch. The same thickness as our tile. Look at that. Not bad. Then once you take a picture of it, you can recycle your clay. Look how I'm just sponging my clay. Getting it ready for next class. So I'm just going to sponge it, get it all wet. Put it back in the bag. Tie it up, or twist it up, I mean. And then boom, you're ready for next class. Also take a picture before you cut it, please. So you have a picture of it cut and a picture before it cut, just like this right here. And then upload those on the assignments, okay? Don't forget to do that. And happy Friday!